Hey guys, it's Spaz Out Loud. That's me as one of the lovely aliens from They Live. Now, this prosthetic was very challenging. It was my very first time ever using silicone, and the very first time I ever did a full face prosthetic on myself. I didn't film me applying the prosthetic mainly because I was so nervous, and I have very high standards for a lot of things I do, and I didn't feel like it was very up to par. And if I would have, if, if I would have recorded myself applying it, one, I would have been even more stressed knowing that I'm recording myself, and then I would have to watch myself looking stressed out applying it. It just would have been good. Yeah. So instead, once everything was fine after the day, once everything was fine at the end of the day, I decided to at least record myself removing it, so at least you can see parts of it. And here, I'm removing Paul's lace front. Not many people knew he was a vampire in Brooklyn, mainly because the hairstyling was a little last minute, so some guys said he was Rick James, and can't really be too mad about that. Yeah, next time hopefully I'll do some crazy prosthetics on him to really give him that vampire in Brooklyn look.
Now I'm Blade.
He says he's Blade since someone thought he was Blade because of the sunglasses. As you can see here, the lower jaw chin piece is already falling apart. As I've said many times, I'm a sweat bag, so anytime I have a prosthetic around my nose or my chin, it's gonna, fall a lot. It's gonna come apart a lot easier. Now the eyes there, those are actually made out of golf balls. Just cut them in half, painted them, do all that stuff, pop them on. Visibility was kind of low. It wasn't too bad, but still wasn't the best. Stairs was scary. But yeah, so it's the first time I ever used silicone, and the first time I ever used the Telesis adhesive. I usually use Prostate or Prosate, however you pronounce it, and that's usually the adhesive I use for usually everything. So it's the first time I ever used, a new adhesive. I have a new prosthetic medium. I'm also using like wig glue. It's also like all this new stuff. So the pressure was very high for myself. Yeah. As you can see where the edges end up, and then obviously where my lovely paint job extends it out.
There's Parmesan cheese on my face.
Yeah, there was cheese there since, like I said, my prosthetic was coming apart and we had bought food and I was hungry, so I snuck a bite and, yeah, just sprinkled onto my face there. Yeah, so my edges weren't the best, I know it mainly stems from me needing, like, one, to have a better face cast, and two, the the cast of my sculpting wasn't the best either, so just all this added factor gave me these really wonky edges. But the bright side is that with that wig on, with the lace front and everything, I was able to hide a lot of the bad edges. And then around my cheek area, you know, a good thing I at least have some pretty decent, paint skills. I was able to blend that out, with the third degree that I ended up using to blend my edges, and then obviously the same kind of paint. Now the silicone I use is actually smooth on dragon skin effects. That stuff is pretty easy to use compared to other silicones that other people I've known have worked with. And like coloring it is pretty easy. And then once it's all dried and cured, painting on top of it was pretty easy. And I used Premiere products, their palettes and shit with it. I think I end up using probably my zombie palette for this, oddly enough. Lots of blues, a lot of bruise tones to just kind of give that decayed, weird, otherworldly look to it. Obviously, by now, all the prosthetics are off my face, and I'm just using adhesive remover to just remove all the excess silicone that I've slathered around. Good old baby wipes. Never leave home without them. Apparently, if you go through O'Hare Airport, they open up your bag and check, why you have baby wipes in there. That actually is what happened to me the last time I went to Chicago. That was weird. Yeah, I was just covered in adhesive, silicone, sweat, fear. But yeah, pretty much, as always, whatever I had worried about when we got there, I just got so many positive responses about it, And it's funny because a lot of the older people attending knew, who I was. The younger people had no idea. One kid even, walked past me with, an Obey, Shepherd Fairy shirt, and I was like, wow, you have no idea. Ooh, yeah. Adhesive and silicone stuck in my hair. Yep. Note to self. Probably should shave my head a little bit more. Now after I got all that extra adhesive and silicone, I think right now I am using just, I don't want to say plain makeup remover. It's 244 Wonder Fluid that Alcone has, and that stuff is fucking amazing. It actually helps with adhesive removing as well, but definitely it removes makeup you could spray on thousands of setting sprays and it's waterproof, all that shit, but once you use that, makeup remover, just melts off your face, I guess it's kind of like the effects equivalent of, like a cold cream or something, where it, nourishes, moisturizes, blah, 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 but while removing your makeup, blah, 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 add stuff. Man, look at my neck there. It's like I had a bunch of hickeys or something. Yeah. Yeah, probably the process of me applying the prosthetic was probably good, 2.5 hours of me doing it by myself, taking a couple breaks to calm my nerves, let the adhesive settle, and then probably this was about 20 minutes of me taking it apart. Yeah, of course, it's always a lot faster, removing makeup than it is applying. Just look at me like a newborn baby. Yeah, that bathroom was amazing. It had a sliding door and a shower with a glass door and shit. Huge ass mirrors. All felt so fancy, And of course, Paul's good. He just got open another bag with a dashiki in it of a different color. And it's oh, we're good for dinner. And I'm just wait, I still have all this bruised bloody tone on my face. Wait. Yeah, I ended up going to dinner with some of the paint still on my hands because I didn't care what people thought if I fucked up my hands, but if my face was like that, yeah. Anyway, this was my, I guess, removal of my They Live appliance. Yes, that soap is the shape of a leaf. I took an extra one home because it was kind of cute. Yeah, so definitely I'll work on, silicone again. It was very fun. I do love the translucency of it. I am definitely gonna recast my face. I might actually make a video on that. It's gonna be scary because I'll be doing it on myself again, and that's dangerous. You shouldn't do that. But I'm gonna do it. Anyway, so yeah, this is Spaz Out Loud. Yeah. Look at my newborn baby face. Alright. Thank you guys for watching if you've gotten this far. Alright. Why am I? Why is it still recording? Bye.